Is it just me or this looks like a contemporary art piece? So I just bought a piece of contemporary art. Now I will destroy the piece of contemporary art. It's like hard edge meets fluxus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the same fragrance, which is Mugler's Hot Cologne from the... I still have no idea how to say it. All those puns that they do, they seem so really annoying to me. Puns are the lowest form of figurative language. I dislike them very much. So it might be les exceptions or les exceptions. It's so low. I hate puns. How about image? How about the right word? Cranky, I'm sorry. Just a bit cranky this morning. If you ever meet me in person, well, actually somebody who uses a lot of puns probably will never meet me in person. But if a stranger does, if you want to tease me, give me a bad pun. I'd be so annoyed in a fun way. Oh, well, the packaging of these samples is quite nice. I mean, they took some time. I bought all these samples because I don't think I'm gonna buy, I don't think I'm gonna shell out for another Mugler Exceptions, the niche line of Mugler. I don't wanna, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. The Exceptions, if you happen to be from Europe, when you read Le Exceptions, is it in fact witty? Because I'm missing it, but you know, I'm open to learning if you generally speak French, does it in fact come off as witty? Because to somebody like me, it's just annoying. Hot cologne, first impressions. This is supposed to be cologne with coffee. The Exceptions line, the concept behind the Exceptions line is they would take a trope in perfumery and try to do some interesting tweak to it. And as far as hot cologne is concerned, what they did is like they took the basic cologne and added a coffee note. Oh my god, it's so much fun. People who are so disappointed by the lack of the coffee note in Montale's Ristretto Intense Café, or just Intense Café, if you, like me, found it very impossible to detect the coffee note that is promised by the notes, will not be disappointed by hot cologne. There is coffee in it, and it must be said that it's the good kind of coffee. It would be the coffee like, what is that brand? That excellent German brand? Movenpick. Or Movenpick? I think it's a Swiss brand. That coffee, it's the best. It's amazing how good fragrances can really alter your emotional disposition. I'm suddenly really quite delighted, and I must spray more. Of course, the only difficult thing about the Exceptions line of Mugler is their price. If I can find a bottle of hot cologne that's going for just maybe 90 USD, slightly less than 5,000 pesos, I would certainly go for it. This is freshly brewed coffee mixed with cologne. High quality, freshly brewed coffee. Not instant coffee. Don't think of Nescafe or something like that. So it's just been something like 5 minutes, and it's basically that. It's what I'm getting is citruses and freshly brewed perfect coffee. The seller had 15 of these samples, but by the time I saw the post, only 8 were available, so I had to get all of them. As far as the Mugler Exceptions line is concerned, I thought that it's not a line from which I'd want to get more after Over the Musk and Cuir Impertinent or Cuir Impertinent. Are they really mixing codes? It's still so unclear to me. Very probably they're mixing codes. It suddenly became obvious to me just this moment because, based on the concept itself, cologne and coffee, you wouldn't think that they would go together. English and French, well, I've heard somewhere that the English will do whatever the French are doing, that's what we're not doing. Whatever the French are doing, that's not what we're doing. And that's basically how English culture proceeded. So I was thinking that, 8 samples would do the trick for me for the rest of my life. But what this revelation is signaling to me is that maybe I should check out more of him, because I really do highly recommend Over the Musk and Cuir Impertinent. And Cuir Impertinent is going to figure in my list of 14 for spring. Anyway, about the way the fragrances and the line are called. That mix of codes, by codes I mean language, that mix of codes isn't exactly consistent throughout the line, because Over the Musk is entirely in English. But there's Wonder Bouquet, and bouquet might be, it's French. Cuir, the French for leather, and then the word impertinent, and I'm not sure if impertinent is, I've always supposed that it's probably French. Well, the form of the word looks French to me. And then we have this Haute Cologne. If you're absolutely certain about what they were trying to do in terms of language in the Exceptions line, please comment. I'd totally appreciate knowing. Now, it's been more than 10 minutes, probably something like 14 minutes, and Haute Cologne is a lot of fun. I would compare it to those pieces of contemporary art which are so irreverent and yet done by an artist who is really, really intelligent. Like if Kara Walker, for instance, did, I don't know, if Kara Walker did a treatment of a portrait of Beyonce, and then she did something that's kind of, extremely fun and historically precise and so very theoretically profound, then that is what Haute Cologne that's like Haute Cologne. Very casual, but at the same time unexpected and just a lot of fun. But at the same time, the judgments that went into the creation of it are so deeply considered and carefully done. That really is a virtue in perfumery when it's done so carefully and with precision. It's just an absolute delight. It's been 20 minutes and I'm getting on top of the coffee and the citrus something slightly floral. It's amazing that it's been 20 minutes. For a time I was thinking that maybe the coffee note isn't gonna last, but at 20 minutes it's still there, certainly still there. I wanted to say that this is what Montale's Intense Café might smell like if you took out the rose and Montale's penchant for being bombastic. So take out the rose and add elegance. It's so, the beauty of it is that it's not at all desperate to be different. And this is the amazing thing, like in terms of experience, it starts off as just brewed coffee, and then after 20 minutes, it starts to add cream and sugar. I'm not kidding. It's so amazing. So Haute Cologne is basically Eau Sauvage with coffee. Is Haute Cologne full bottle worthy? If you ask me, not really. But it is 10 ml worthy. If you can get a partial of it, or if you can get samples, do, because it's a lot of fun. It's more of like a toy than anything else. And I believe the prices of the Exceptions line have gone up because it's discontinued. I don't know if it's still available in Europe. If you go to the Mugler website in the States, they're no longer available to purchase. Will I purchase Haute Cologne? No. A full bottle? No. Because with novelty items, at some point they might get old. I don't think this is something that I would want to wear every day, not even in summer. It's a piece of entertainment for the most part, because it does go to because it ends up becoming something like Eau Sauvage. Eau Sauvage, not Sauvage. Eau Sauvage. or Eau de Rochas, something along those lines. The classic citrus cologne with a tiny hint of floral, probably vetiver at the base as well. Maybe, not too sure. Because the composition is based highly on the traditional cologne accord, I wouldn't say that this is leaning feminine. I think it leans masculine. But the delight of the coffee makes it absolutely unisex. Who is it for? It's for people who, if you enjoy nuance and playfulness, and if you love perfumery and the things that could be done with those chemicals, the experiences that they could produce, the wonder that they could incite, then definitely try to get a sample. I would say just a sample, maybe not the full bottle, because it might get tiring after a time. Or if you have a friend who has hot cologne, try to test it, just once, just for the fun of it. It's because it really is delightful. I don't think that it'll project much, but my sense of the thickness of the liquid suggests to me that it's something that will have good longevity. But what I really wanted to say was something kind of bitchy. Hot cologne might be for people who like Inicio, but it's definitely not for people who like Parfum de Marly, because it's just too elegant and it's not cheap at all, and nuance, and it's fun and it's elegant. So it's definitely not for people who like Layton. Like, if you like Layton, just stay away. Oops, getting cranky again. The coffee's still there. I misjudged it, I'm sorry. The coffee lasts for longer than 30 minutes. And I just want to add that joke I did a while ago about this being a piece of contemporary art. I just want to play. Indulge me if you have the time. So let's call this art piece Ode to the Market. In this artwork, the artist explores the forces of transnational mercantilism vis-a-vis issues of the contemporary dissolution of identity. Notably in the artwork, the packaging contains nothing but air. Alluding to flags, it also manages to explore notions of cultural cleansing, thereby critiquing, thereby lending ambiguity to current identity politics and attempting to rediscover a rejuvenated sense of universalism. And it costs $3 million. See you again.